we'll get this started. Detective Ralph has given me the all okay sign to move forward. So I'd like to thank everybody for being here today. My name is Gordon Ramsey. I'm the Wichita Police Chief. See a lot of retirees out there. Thank you for coming to join us today, as well as our elected officials, Mr. Mayor, Councilor Williams and Miller, District Attorney Bennett, as well as the city manager. It makes my job a lot easier. One of the things that I deal with a lot is funding and trying to get equipment, and when we have support from our elected officials, and we enjoy tremendous support. There'll be some things coming up in the next week, give you a little sneak peek into some things, but Tuesday the staffing study is going to go to the council, and they're going to hear that for the first time in the presentation from the researcher that did the work on that. So we're excited about that, as well as a lot of other great things that are going on. We're doing a facility study and looking at our different facilities, the different stations, and putting together a plan for those. Some exciting things there, as well as technology, some great technology that we're moving forward with, including funding for a records management system that really is the lifeblood of the police department. Our system is 16 years old or so and is ready to be changed out, and that, I believe, will make our life more efficient. The biggest complaint from the street is the amount of duplication and paperwork and the amount of paperwork that has to be done. A good records management system can help us with those issues. So, I want to congratulate those that are here today that are being promoted. It's a big day for them and their families, and I know how hard all you guys worked here to get here, and I'm proud of all of you. That was quite a process you went through. I've heard a lot about the tests recently. I don't hear anybody laughing, but just some crossed eyebrows. But we're constantly looking at how we can make our process better. But I know those of you that are here and got promoted worked very hard to get here, and I want to sincerely congratulate you. Our business isn't getting any easier. Watched the news the last few nights, and the leading story in many cases was about police misconduct in other areas. And, I know being a police officer the last few years, it's been difficult. It seems that all we see oftentimes on the national news is bad things about police. But I can tell you here that every day there is tremendous things that go on in this community done by the police. Tremendous work that unfortunately the public never hears about. And, there's an expectation of our police officers that they are beyond perfect. What people don't realize is we hire standard issue people. As much as I think cops are special, they really are just your average human being. They don't undergo a metamorphosis when they go through the academy, as many people may think they do, but they still are standard issue and have feelings and thoughts and make mistakes just like anybody else. It's kind of tough times to be a police officer, so it's great to be in a community where our community is very supportive of this department. Unfortunately, our officers on the street, all they deal with is crisis after crisis, and many times dealing with people that don't want them around. But in the community meetings I go to, there is tremendous support for the men and women of this department, and you can't ever forget that. Community relations is a big area of policing as we move forward, and we talk about new facilities and new equipment and the funding for that. It is imperative that we do our best to serve the public, and that the future leaders of the department recognize the importance of providing good service. For when there is talks of potentially raising taxes to assist with police needs or whatever, it's important that as you guys lead this department and lead on the street, that you recognize the importance of good service and going above and beyond to make sure that people get their needs met when they're out there. It's my expectation for those of you that are going to be in supervisory positions that you coach, guide, and mentor your people underneath you. So often I find that officers on the street, we tell people what to do all the time, but sometimes when it comes to leading our own, we're a little less likely to be as brutally honest as we are on the street with people. And we know especially the new generation, they want feedback, good or bad. And study after study shows they'd rather receive a bad feedback or negative feedback than none at all. So it's critical that we provide that feedback to our new people, and I'm counting on you guys to help us get things heading and keep them going in the right direction. One of my big things as chief, if you see something wrong, I want you to fix it. I can tell you a little story from a few years ago. I remember where I used to park, I'd have to walk into the PD, and just before Christmas, a funny Santa Claus showed up in the parking garage area. Someone had just dumped it there, probably a police officer. And I walked past this funny Santa Claus for a number of days before I realized, is anybody going to do anything about this? This is property. This is someone's property that was just dumped here. And I knew a bunch of sergeants and lieutenants and others had walked past it, and nobody had taken the initiative to address it. And it highlighted to me the importance of reminding people the importance of recognizing little things and how sometimes little things can lead to big things, especially in our profession. Police officers usually just don't jump into the deep end of the discipline pool. Usually there's little signs along the way that where someone's sliding. And if we can prevent someone from getting to that deep end by catching those little things, it's critical. And you see it more than anybody else. Another story, I remember an officer, she ended up being terminated for a theft from her partner, her best friend. She took money from her locker. What had happened was she had developed a gambling problem. Her whole shift knew it. But nobody sent her the lifeline to help her out. And ultimately, this theft got her terminated. But there's these little signs we know in our field that if we can catch someone and help them early, prevent them from getting to that serious end of discipline or discrediting our profession, we need to do it. So if you see something that's not right, I want you guys to say it. You know, the other thing is that we're giving you guys a lot of latitude these days to make decisions and to help us be the best we can be. If you see something wrong or you want to take some action, we're encouraging, we're empowering you guys to make these decisions more so than ever. We have a lot of faith in you. This department, the leadership of this department, at all levels, from sergeant, lieutenant, captain, we've got tremendous leaders, and you're joining tremendous leaders. And I have a lot of faith in your abilities, and I want you guys to go out there and take charge and help us be the best we can be. So enough about the serious stuff. I do appreciate you. I not only appreciate you for the job that you do for those of us at City Hall, but for the citizens and really making this community a good place. This department works very hard, and I am honored to be your chief and wear this uniform and work with you guys. So having said that, we're going to move on with the ceremony and recognize those that are being promoted today. When you're called up, would you please bring your families and introduce your families as well as we swap out your badge with your promotional badge. First up, Captain Weibel is going to read for promotion of Lieutenant Kochenderfer. Come on up.
Kevin, you want to introduce your family?
This is my daughter Kate, my son Hank, my oldest daughter Sydney, my father Gary, and my wife Becky.
Good afternoon. I'm Captain Jeff Weibel. I'm in charge of Patrol South Bureau. I get the privilege of reading Kevin's bio. I've known Kevin all of his career. Kevin joined the Wichita Police Department in 1994. Since that time, he's worked as a patrol officer, a SCAT officer, and has been a member of the SWAT team for 19 years. He's also been the SWAT commander of the team for the last 2 years. As a detective, he worked in DV sex crimes, where he was promoted to the rank of sergeant. Kevin has worked in various shifts and in all 4 bureaus throughout his career. During his time on the department, he has won the following awards: Bronze Wreath of Valor, 4 Bronze Wreath of Merits, Life Saving Award, 3 Distinguished Service Awards, 2 Civic Achievement Awards, Safe Driver Award. Just 5 years, though. There's a couple bumps on that one. He's also been a recipient of the Kansas Chiefs of Police Bronze Award, the Kansas Police Chiefs Gold Award, and the Kansas Wheat State Award for Excellence in Community Policing. Kevin and his wife Rebecca have been married for 13 years, and their children Sydney, Kate, and Hank. They love outdoor activities and try to get out as much as possible. Congratulations, Kevin.
Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Troy Livingston. I'm the Deputy Chief over Field Services. Dan Harty, would you come forward with your family, please? You're not going to get off that easy. Don't want everybody to see you. So, all right. You want to introduce your family?
Yeah, this is my son Jack, my daughter Kate, and my wife Ann. All simple first name or one syllable names.
That's the way Dan could all say them, right? Yeah. All right. All right. Well, his bureau commander's not here today, so I'm going to read for him. But it's my privilege. Dan was one of the very first officers I got to supervise as a new sergeant, and I wanted something funny to say about Dan, and I immediately called Detective Ralph, who immediately laughed and said he had plenty of stories to share, but none of them were suitable for public. So I'll just have to read from the script. Dan graduated from the academy in December of 1998 and was assigned to the Patrol North Bureau, where he worked as a patrol officer. From 2001 to 2005, Dan served as a gang intelligence officer until he was promoted to detective in 2005. Since his promotion, he has worked as a detective in the gang felony assault section, sex crimes, homicide, and professional standards. During his career, Dan has had the opportunity to serve on the BTK and RICO task forces. Dan has been awarded the three Bronze Wreaths of Merit, the Distinguished Service Award, and the 15-year Safe Driving Award. That's 10 more than you, Kevin. Dan is known for his hard work and dedication to all he does, as well as being a diehard Shocker fan and a Royals fan. And I would like to mention his close bond with the McRib sandwich, if you know Dan. See? Anyway, congratulations, and Dan will be penned by his wife, Ann Harty. You may notice that Sergeant or Detective Michael Linnehan would be promoted to sergeant today. He is out ill, believe it or not. At his age, he is out with the chicken pox. So the order will come out, and we will promote him and then try to do something for him at a later date and time. So at this time, we will move forward with the promotion of Detective James Summer.
Jim, would you like to introduce your family?
It's my wife, Jennifer. My daughter, Kate. Apparently everybody here is on the same sheet of music. They all name their daughters Kate. Cameron and Colton, my sons.
Well, I promised Jim I wouldn't improvise because I've worked with Jim his entire career and have had the opportunity to supervise him on several different occasions. So, Jim came on the department 25 years ago, in 1992, after serving 4 years in the United States Army as a paratrooper and a military policeman. Upon graduating the academy, he was assigned to Patrol West Bureau as a patrol officer, where he worked both second and third shifts, as well as being assigned to the Tactical Patrol Unit. In 2001, Jim transferred to Patrol South Bureau, where he's been assigned as a traffic officer in both first and second shifts. He's also been a field training officer, instructor for radar and LiDAR, a certified child safety seat installer, and a guest instructor at KLTC for the Emergency Vehicle Operations course. He's also a member of the department's recruiting team and just got back from Fort Riley, where he and his partner went up there to try and garner some new recruits for us. Jim has also worked rotations in the DV sex crime section as well as night detective section, and during his time off, Jim has volunteered as an instructor for Kansas Hunter Education and helps coach youth football, and wrestling. Not being a native here, Jim has moved here and made this place his home. Congratulations, Jim.
Now it's time for the promotion of Detective McHenry. Would you come forward with your family, please?
Ron, you want to introduce your wife?
My wife of 31 years, Patrice.
My name's Lieutenant. Hey, my name is Lieutenant Nicholson. I'm assigned to patrol South 3rd Watch, or at least I will be on Saturday. Ron is an excellent officer. I know Field's loss will be investigations gain. He's a tireless investigator as an officer. Done a great job while he was out of Patrol West. Ronald is a 20-year veteran of the Wichita Police Department. He began his law enforcement career as an officer with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department in 1984, where he achieved the rank of sergeant. Ron relocated to Wichita in 1996, graduated from the Law Enforcement Academy, and was assigned to Patrol South. During his tenure as an officer, he has served as a patrol officer at Patrol South, East, and West. Ronald has been assigned as a school resource officer and community policing officer in Patrols East and West. Ron has also been a FTO and worked rotations in SCAT and the larceny section. During his tenure with the department, Ron has earned numerous awards, including a Bronze Wreath of Merit, 10-year Safe Driving Award, Officer of the Month at Patrol West, multiple Distinguished Service Awards, and numerous CPRs. Ronald will be penned by his lovely wife, Patrice McHenry.
Well, that concludes today's ceremony. I want to thank you again for coming to help celebrate with this big day for our folks that are being promoted. Please stick around afterward for some fellowship, and got some punch and cookies out there for this little guy in the front, little Kochenderfer. And no, but it is a big day for these guys, so please join me again in congratulating them. Thank you for being here.